Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Weather is a constantly changing factor out on the prairies, and no matter the time of the year, you should be prepared for an emergency. Your email box is a place where you expect to find correspondence from mutual acquaintances. But all too often, spam is sent your way. Pink Shirt Days have taken place at schools across the country, with the Red Cross leading the initiative through community outreach presentations in the school system and the workplace. Thanks for joining us here today. An emergency can happen at any time, and you're advised to have enough food, water, and other supplies to last you at least 72 hours. Weather is a constantly changing factor out on the prairies, and no matter the time of the year, you should be prepared for an emergency. And it all starts with being prepared for the next 72 hours.
There was a major power outage in the Maritimes recently, which caused days and days of no power. It took down everything. Typically, we don't see those kind of ice storms in Saskatchewan, but we have had power outages that can last, 2 or 3 days. Make sure that you have some way of heating your home. When you don't have power, your furnace won't run, stuff like that. If you decide to run a generator, don't run it inside. Put it outside and run a cord inside, because the carbon monoxide will kill you. And your carbon monoxide detectors probably aren't working if there's no power. So, things like that you need to be aware of. Also, if there's a major emergency, remember that you should be able to take care of yourself for 72 hours. Have food, water, clothing, your medications to last for about 72 hours. We will try to get to everybody we can as soon as we can, but when you got 17,000 citizens and 20 firefighters, it takes us a while to get there, and same with Public Works and Light and Power. We prioritize things, and we work as hard and as fast as we can to get things restored and get people safe, but we can't get to everybody at the same time.
Elon further adds that we also need to be mindful of the day-to-day items we regularly use and often take for granted.
That's right. A lot of people don't think about the cash end of things, but, we all live with that credit card or the bank card, and we go to buy groceries and we buy them with our bank card. One of the biggest issues in those power outages is, first of all, the item on the shelf in the grocery store doesn't have a price on it. It's got a price on the shelf, but not on the item, so they can't even ring it through without power. And then when they do ring it through, or they finally get it added up, they can't take your credit card to pay for it. They want cash. So have a little bit of cash set aside.
Weather-related emergencies or natural disasters can happen at any time. And the better prepared you are in advance, the easier it will be to focus on the issues at hand when an emergency occurs. If you'd like more details on planning your own home emergency kit to cover you for 72 hours, contact your local fire department. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Email scams are all too common these days, and police continue to remind you to protect your identity. Your email box is a place where you expect to find correspondence from mutual acquaintances. But all too often, spam is sent your way. Messages alerting you that there's an issue with your credit card, you've won the lottery, or had the opportunity to make millions. Messaging which is all untrue, with a third party on the other end seeking to steal your identity.
The fish mails, the emails that you get on your computer systems that will sometimes plant a virus or a cookie into your system to gain personal information. If you receive an email in your email account and you're not familiar with the sender, delete the email. Even if it says you've won a prize or anything like that. It's the old adage with all of these that if it's too good to be true, it usually is. And despite how tempting and authentic the email appears to be, never click into the link or open the attachment. Yeah, they can control your computer. They can put viruses in it that only certain technological people that are familiar with computers or the specific virus can remove. They can go into your computer, obtain all kinds of personal information, banking information, all that sort of stuff.
Key points to remember are that banks or credit card companies will not message you by email about your account. And the only way you'll win the lottery is if you actually buy a ticket, of which you already have that ticket in hand. And you should get in the habit of changing your passwords for your email and computer to further protect yourself from identity fraud. Any ongoing issues or concerns of potential fraud should be reported to your local police.
Well, I stated right away, I put this is an imposter and I'm in no way endorsing a situation or a scheme like this.
Market Square is a summer tradition in downtown Swift Current. And organizers are now searching for entertainers, food vendors, and artisans to be part of the excitement for the upcoming season. Contact Marlene today at 750-7888 and spend your Saturdays in downtown Swift Current this summer. Market Square, proudly presented by the City of Swift Current, Standard Motors, Innovation Credit Union, and Southwest TV News. Pink Day is set for February 22nd across the country, a time to take a stand against bullying. Being a victim of bullying is a common dilemma for many youth. And back in 2007, a Nova Scotia student was bullied for wearing a pink shirt to school. The following day, his fellow students took a stand and all wore pink shirts in support of their colleague, and to further send a message that bullying was not tolerated at their school. Since then, pink shirt days have taken place at schools across the country, with the Red Cross leading the initiative through community outreach presentations in the school system and the workplace.
Pink Day is part of our bigger Respect Education program, which we've been doing for almost 30 years now. And that's education in the schools. The great thing is that it's actually curriculum approved, so we're able to get that into the schools, and the teachers are able to use that programming without having to do it on top of their already busy schedule. And what Pink Day really is, it's an opportunity for schools, businesses, individuals to come together and to just really stand united and show that they support a culture change, and they show that, they're standing against bullying, and they, want to further that education when it comes to bullying prevention. So Pink Day is a day that we've been celebrating here in Saskatchewan, and many other provinces have been celebrating. And for the first time this year, Canada is actually doing it all on the same day. So February 22nd is Pink Day across the country.
And the message against bullying should not only be for one day, but part of our outlook each and every day in society, as the issue of bullying affects youth and adults. For more information on Pink Day and how you can get involved in your community, log on to the Canadian Red Cross's website. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.